Hey guys, it's me, Courtney from Know Your Produce, and today I'm going to show you how to freeze strawberries. We have some beautiful, fresh, local picked strawberries, and we are so excited to have these throughout the summer, and we're going to freeze a bunch. We got a whole flat, and we're freezing some, and we'll enjoy some as well. They're great for baked goods. You can cook with them once they're frozen, and they're perfect for like smoothies, or you could just eat them frozen as a sweet treat. So I have 2 little pints here. Well, they're not too little, but I'm going to show you how we wash them. So you can wash them however you like. This is the way I like to wash them. And like if you pick it from your garden, you know, they have a little bit of dirt on it. If you pick it from the farmer's market, they also have dirt. Or if you can go strawberry picking, they're gonna have a little bit of dirt. So I have some water in a bowl here, and then I'm just gonna dump these strawberries in. You could also do this in a colander. So I also have some vinegar. I'm going to pour in a little bit of vinegar. And then we're also gonna use a little bit of baking soda to activate that. Strawberries absorb a lot of flavor, so I actually usually use like cast iron soap. I love Dr. Bronner's for like cleaning peppers and apples, but when it comes to berries, they absorb a lot of flavor, so I do not use anything too harsh. So I'm gonna dump this other one in here. I think we have enough room. And then I'm just gonna give them a good massage and really get them cleaned up. You hear the vinegar and the baking soda activating. It's giving them a little bit of a nice scrub, and they're not gonna have any flavor on them. So we're just gonna keep washing them a little bit. And then I'm gonna go bring these to the sink, and then I'm gonna give them a rinse. And then there's another step we do before freezing them, and I will show you. You can hear them nice and good in there. So while I wash the strawberries, I actually like to remove the hull. Here in Jersey, they're very fragile, so it's so easy to just remove the hull with a little pinch and twist, and it comes right off. You don't have to use any fancy gadgets. You don't have to use a knife. Like if you were using a store-bought strawberry, I do recommend removing more of the hull, but these are so tender, and the like stems come right off. So there's really no bitter part or any hard pieces, but if there is hard pieces in your strawberry, you do want to remove them. There could be a lot of dirt in those spots as well, so that's why I like to remove it while we're washing. And as you see, I have a pile of stems over there and then just strawberries over here. So this way I can keep track of what's going on over where. And I have a little bit of dirt in my hand, so you can see that these strawberries were pretty dirty. Again, they are on the ground, so that's what we're doing. And then if you see any strawberries that have any like issues on them, if they're like eaten by a bug or something, you could always just toss those while you're doing this. So now after I'm done hulling all these strawberries, I'm going to show you how we dry them as well as how we freeze them. Oh my gosh, look how cute this one is. They're so tiny and they're so sweet. All right, so now we have our beautifully washed and rinsed strawberries. I'm going to dry them. I have just a kitchen towel and a baking sheet. So then I'm just gonna take the kitchen towel and put it right over the baking sheet. And I like to just use a simple cloth. You could use any towel you have that you use for the kitchen. I like to use ones that don't get too much lint on them. And then we're just gonna shimmy these berries right onto that towel. And you can see they're still nice and wet from getting that rinse. So we're just gonna pat these down so they can dry on that towel. So now you just wanna give these a really nice dry. You want them to freeze quickly, and you don't want too much moisture on your strawberries because then they're gonna stick together and clump up. We are gonna freeze them individually, but we just wanna get a little bit of that moisture off as much as we can with the towel. It may stain the towel, but if you wash it quickly and add a little bit of vinegar, sometimes you can get the stains off. But I buy these towels actually to line my fridge cabinet, the drawers, the trays. So fruit or vegetable is gonna go on this no matter what. This is for my produce. These are looking nice and dry, so I'm gonna set this back into that bowl. So now to freeze our strawberries, I'm just gonna use some unbleached parchment paper. This is just Reynolds kitchen parchment paper. And then we're gonna put this right onto the kitchen sheet. You could also use some Silpat, a silicone baking mat. I have one, but I have that in the freezer with other produce right now. So now we're just gonna put the strawberries onto the parchment. So now we're just gonna put these strawberries right onto the baking sheet, onto the parchment. The parchment is not gonna let them stick onto the cookie sheet. You cannot place these right onto a cookie sheet. You will be very sad because they will stick. So we're just gonna put them one by one in little rows. And then once they freeze, they're gonna be easy to scoop up and they won't clump together when you put it into a bag or something. So that's what we're doing here, just ensuring that they freeze individually, not into one big uniform mass. And yeah, then you can pop them into the blender. You can pop them into your mouth. They're super delicious. They're so, so sweet. I love berry season because you can get a whole bunch of berries really quickly at the farmer's market. Otherwise, you have to go to the supermarket and they're just not as fresh, obviously. You don't know when they were picked. These were picked like probably 2 days ago, max, because they don't last too long after they're picked. They pretty much go sour like within a day or two if you don't eat them quickly. So that's why I like to get a whole bunch and then freeze them. So we have all these berries here and I'm just gonna keep layering them up, pop them in the freezer, and then I'll see you in a bit. So we have our beautifully frozen strawberries. I'm just gonna pop them into my reusable stasher bag. You could use any freezer safe container that you have. I like this one because it stands up and it's so easy to fill. So we're just gonna pop these right in. See how they're just like coming off the tray? That's why we use the parchment. And they're also not sticking together because we dried them thoroughly. There's no water that's gonna clump them up. You wanna do this pretty quickly because the strawberries can defrost. I let these freeze for about 5 hours, so they're really frozen. They won't stick together in this bag either. The bag is gonna keep them nice and frozen. We shouldn't get any freezer burn, but we use them pretty quickly. Since these are like local fresh strawberries, I won't use these as quickly as I would like store-bought frozen strawberries. These are just gonna be like, you know, used to enjoy. We have a baby, I want him to have some fresh strawberries. We're not trialing strawberry yet because we're doing actually like food trials with him. My daughter had F-pies, so he has to try food once a week. He gets a new food. Fun times, because that's the only way to trial food for F-pies, which is kind of scary. So I'm just getting these all into this bag, and then we're gonna put this right into the freezer. Look, they just shake up, they're not stuck together, and this is the perfect way to freeze strawberries. So if you always wondered how to freeze strawberries, this is how you do it. I do this with all fruits, all vegetables. Some vegetables you want to blanch, like, you know, green beans or asparagus. But for fruit, you really just want to, you know, prep it like this, put it on the sheet pan, and then stick it into your stasher and into the freezer. We hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. Bye, guys. They're so good. So sweet. It's like candy in your mouth. It's so good. I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay. It's hard. Wow.